Hello, ladies and gentlemen. How you doing? Yeah, my name is Anthony, and I'm usually called Player 1, Player 1 of Lagos. Yeah. Thank you. Okay. Yeah. Well, gaming has always been part of my life, just like a lot of people will say, and right from secondary school, we have been, going to game centers to play games. Game centers used to be on the streets, and after school we just take out our uniforms, we branch, and we play some games. So when I started, I started right after secondary school. That was like 2000, 2001. Myself and my classmates decided to just open up a game center. My friends had this, their mother had a kiosk, like this phone center kiosk then that just came out. So it was like, we're not using it, let's just open a game center. So I had the PlayStation 1 and I had a TV, and they had the space. So we partnered up and we kicked off from there. Then when I got into the university, during the holidays, we used to have a lot of long holidays due to the strike and all that. And then something came up and I was like, what can I be doing during this less busy and idle period? And since I love gaming, I decided to buy the PS2, because at that time, borrowed the PS1 from a friend, then rented a small shop on the streets again, just outside my school and university then. We started the game center again, and it went pretty well. And as at that time, gaming was still mainstream, sort of, music, gaming, was still in the vogue of everybody wants to play game, everybody wants to, entertain themselves. And gaming was on the streets. Unlike now, a lot of things have changed. Technology has evolved, now you have games at home. People still had games at home then, but it was more like a luxury thing. If you have a game at home, welcome to your house. Everybody, all our friends would just, go to a particular friend's house and, play game all day and all night, But gaming was on the streets. Almost every nook and cranny, you can just see a small shop and there's a game center there. But after school, the gaming on the streets kind of reduced and evolved into gaming in malls and large malls like entertainment centers, event centers. And my zeal for gaming kind of reduced because I started working and I went to the labor market, and I saw that gaming was not the way it used to be before. If you want to have access to playing games with people, you need to go to a very highbrow area or a mall or a very commercial area where you see the kind of games you want. And even as at that, the arcade industry also grew as well, and a lot of things changed. But gaming as a business for me stopped. And until, there was something new in the market. That was when the virtual reality era, the virtual reality phase came up. People wanted to know what virtual reality was about, although it was not really known in this part of the country. But it started, and I took up interest in it. But I still found that it was very, very difficult to access because there was a lot of components and a lot of configuration set up. You needed a gaming PC, you needed some cabling, you needed to mount some kind of sensors and all that. So virtual reality was there, but it was not there. It was not mainstream. It was something unique. It was something like, how AI is now, Until around 2019, towards that 2018 to 2019, there was an announcement for a new virtual reality headset, which was the Oculus, the standalone virtual reality headset. And that was what piqued my interest up again. not to open up a commercial center, just to have it because I loved gadgets growing up. So I ordered it, I got it. It was standalone, you know, battery, inbuilt, you just wear it and you have access to virtual reality. It was fun, it was unique, it was nice. And it was not in the market, you know, people hadn't, you know, had access to such. It was very new as at that time. And my friends, you know, kept telling me that, this could be a good business opportunity. You could start up something, you know, with this. I thought of it, but I was not really so interested because, you know, I was like, gamings are no more on the streets, and this is something very unique and new. How would people accept it? How would you even start your marketing and all that? But after a while, when the job market issues started coming up, you know, I just tried to do it as a side hustle. You know, I partnered with a friend in his photo booth. I told him I wanted to just showcase virtual reality, something new. While I was working, after work, I go there, I set up a stage and just have one virtual reality headset. Let's see how people would accept it and embrace it, you know. So it started like that, little by little. It was just a small booth. It was a former photo booth, which we converted to a VR booth. You know, that was at 2019, thereabouts, 2018, 2019, with the Oculus One, which was a standalone headset as at that time. You know, I found out it was instant, it was fast, it was easy to deploy. You just wear it and you start playing. You see yourself in another world, and you know, the traction was quite low at first, but the interest was, you know, was there. The excitement was also there. People liked it. People wanted to experience it. They wanted to know what it was about. And I got another one, and we had 2 virtual reality headsets. So we had different people experiencing virtual reality at the same time. And that was where I decided to come up with a company name. My first business name was InstaVR. You know, we saw how easy it was to access virtual reality. We saw how fast, and you know, with little and less setups. You didn't have wires, you didn't have sensors, you didn't have to, you know, configure anything. You just put it on, wear it, and you start. So it was fast, it was instantaneous, and that was how I came up with the name virtual reality instantaneously and called it InstaVR. You know, so that was how the name came up, and that was how I started.